All right, welcome everyone. Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for The Summer Hikaru Died, episode 6. All right, Tanaka has set another domino down its path, and another spirit impurity, another creepy thing is now going to be heading towards Hikaru.
Mm-hmm. And they'll be on its tail. Fantastic. You've got a daisy chain of bloodhounds. Great.
Yeah.
But we had actually a bit of a scare with the last, oddity that we had to deal with. And so what happens with this next one, right? Like, okay, cool, we dealt with the hair, spirit, but like we've got one god and one
this
human.
doesn't end. Tanaka could do this theoretically ad infinitum. So it's a thing of where at some point you have to decide whether this is going to be a situation where we end up revealing to specific adults, like, hey, this is what's going on.
Just so that they stop sending
spirits
after us.
Yeah. And something tells me Tanaka's so good at this, he won't need to do this twice.
And that is comforting.
No, I mean, like, that's really not comforting, because then Tanaka's going to find them and be like, so,
no,
great.
I know. But there's just part of Tanaka that just makes me be like, I feel like I can trust this guy, and I want him to meet our protagonists as soon as possible.
Totally. Tanaka, great. Everyone else in the town? Fuck no. No. And that's the thing. You don't get those separated.
Nope.
Tanaka finds
really
them,
don't.
And we will get the townsfolk who are like, but maybe I want
this whole place to burn.
Yeah.
Which, quite frankly, I think is probably one of the more sane thoughts that man has had.
Yeah, but why is he all the way to that at this point? What else does he know?
Because the stank runs deep.
It really do be deep.
It just keeps going.
Yeah. And does that mean that Nonaki or Hikaru's current whatever is going on is just the tip of the iceberg? Is that just the plug on the mountain, and the mountain is the real problem, and it's like...
I think there's a lot of creepy crawlies that live on Cthulhu's back, but Hikaru is Cthulhu.
Well,
I
don't think so. I think that this is more of we have had a deal with a thing, and for the most part, it's had equilibrium. Right. Yes, it's probably the most powerful thing that we know of, but the idea that, the burn it all down is a response to a good thing, meaning like, you torch because there's too many spiders, basically. Yeah. That doesn't mean that there's a big spider.
When the town was in its good state, that's what this guy has lived with, and he thinks burn it down. Not the whatever new worse asterisk state that it's going to be in moving forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. Y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Another lazy summer day.
It's hot. Oh.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Right.
So, how do you respond to the thought experiment of this whole thing? Yeah.
Sure. Ship of Theseus.
Bro's about to... Our dumbass here is about to have his mind break, yeah. Oh. Sure. Right, our perspective on things is limited, so we can't know for sure. Yeah.
When they are forgotten.
Hey, he's actually singing now.
Yeah.
It's progress. I would argue in a lot of ways, the part that is the most scary about this is that the memories, it's a bit vague to say it this way, but I feel like memories are a person.
Okay, sure.
In that your body also has memories.
Yeah.
And not just, I remember doing this thing here, but the muscle memory, the taste, the preferences, all that stuff is memory-based.
Sure, because if, like, you know, if theoretically, like, the brain is the person, right, and it's piloting this flesh mech, then the data that the brain stores is a large part of who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like in a weird way, if you could take everything that are your memories and transplant them, I don't know what would be missing in that transfer, but I would assume a large percentage of you would be in that.
The way I think about it is like a computer. If you swap your hard drive into a different computer, that's awesome. Most of what you need is there. But the computer might behave differently because it has different parts for how it deals with the data that is stored, right?
No, totally.
And for a human, it's going to be even more so.
That stuff is with regard to aptitude of the body, not actually like it's the capabilities, right?
Well, I was going more for the way the brain processes things rather than just what it has.
The software, I see.
Yeah, yeah.
うるさいな。人から返されたもんすぐ風が普通。めっちゃええ匂いする。
Oh my god, he's so forward.
女子ってさ、むっちゃええ匂いするけどさ、
Eh?
なんで男は臭い？
Well,
知らん。
there's
You
a couple
guys,
reasons
you
why you
stink
guys
too.
stink. Yeah.
旅行とかしてみて、デデニーランドとかさ。
誰か家に泊まるとかが関の山やろ。
Oh my gosh.
岡谷に言うとこは。
あざーす。
ほら、花火やろうや。見せたるわ。
Yeah, I have that part from the opening. Yeah.
何勝手に決めとんねん。首たちはなんもないで。やったらよしきも一緒にやろうや。インフィニティ。
Infinity.
冬これは春に。
Oh, he's practicing.
Yeah. Well, pedaling uphill.
Oh.
Taking a break.
Hey, you guys want to ride?
二人ともどうした？ミカサのおっちゃん。なんかな。ケタが。
Ooh,
Oh, that's the
that
worst.
sucks.
後ろ乗せてったのに。ケタあげられるか。
Yeah, thanks.
Now, this would normally be just any other occurrence or whatever, but
But it's this guy.
it's this guy.
Yeah. Dang. It's so hot, not even the breeze from being like
Oh,
on the
yeah.
flatbed of a truck.
Why did you have to do that transition, show?
I guess it's just
Bumpy
nah,
roads or
it's-
bumpy roads?
yeah, bumpy roads and you know. Oh,
So
fun.
is this the spirit that was let loose?
Oh, fun.
Ooh. Gross. Yeah, nah.
Cool.
Very cool design. Nah.
わざわざこんなところまで泊まりに来んの大変やったろ。親に車出してもらったから大丈夫やで。
What? What's the vibe she's getting? She always notices things.
Yeah.
And so I'm always watching. Like, what's
She's got a
doing.
sense for the supernatural or something.
Uh-huh.
Just opens the door and there's a floating head spirit outside.
Oh. Remembering something. Yeah. Whoa.
なんも変わらんな。
Yeah. Completely untouched. Oh.
この帽子どこで？
It's the dad's hat, right?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
うまいか、そうか、もともとあの山の神さんのための
Cool.
あの山の
Why am I remembering this now?
連れて行かれんで。
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
もろこしうまいか？
Oh.
今日花火もあるらしいで。
Oh.
父さんとはろくに話してこやんかったけど、こん時のことはやけに覚えとる。マジ鉄。
Right, the thing you're actually
Yep.
here to get. Oh.
なんかこぼしてカピカピになっとる。光の字よ。ヒッチ、インドの
Oh,
Whoa,
shit.
I just got
Oh,
chills.
shit.
Yoink. Oh.
All Huh.
Fun. Infinity! That's beautiful!
すげえ。そう。
Oh. Oh.
みんな、こっち見て。
Did she notice that too?
Hmm,
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Capture.
Yeah. Beautiful memories.
Mm-hmm.
なあれ、クラ？おお、あれおどうや。
Ah.
Okay.
りちゃんが大事にしと。あ、うちにもあんで。
Nice.
ここらやけど。
Nice. He got sidetracked off of that. That was cool.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
も
落ちた。
え？
ふざけんな。
うかな。
最後の一本やったんやけど。
She saw the thing in his back pocket too.
シャッカメンつかんくなってもうた。
Yeah, she freaked out because the guy she likes touched her butt.
うん。
ヒカル。私もついてく。暑いな。
おお、ついでにアイス買おうや。
Wait, there's place open right now?
夏の終わりにでけえ花火大会あるらしい。
Let's go.
らしいな。
え？なめちゃ。
Oh.
ちょっと二人追いかけてアイスも追加でって言うてくるわ。
Nice.
Oh. Oh.
おお、
Oh.
やっぱ行こうかな。花火大会。
Mm.
ヒカルが行方不明になったんってあの山？
うん、そやに。
なんかすっかり日常に戻った感あるけどさ、
Mm.
戻ってきてくれてよかった。意味わからんかったらスルーしてほしいんやけど。あなたは一体誰ですか？
Cool.
Oh boy.
It's a big test. It's a
Uh-huh.
big test, Hikaru. Oh.
She always had the gift.
Well,
なんかガシャンガシャン言うとるの聞こえるやろ？
whoa. Yeah. Maybe something like inherited from her, you know.
Yeah.
かな聞こえやんけどちょっとだけ見え
Oh.
Okay.
けないや
Cool. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, fun.
人の世界とバーバたち
Oh shit, she's just telling her.
What?
Just like
が向こうの世界に行ってそんでまたこっちに
Cool.
戻ってくんねん
and it's just a constant
訂
just
正って
yep,
言うんよ
yep, constant cycle.
ようわからん。
It's okay, you don't need to get it.
Yeah.
You just need to know you're okay, you're not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But not everybody can hear and see these things.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, so cute.
Oh.
Wait.
怖いもそうやないもおるなるべく関わらんように
守ってくれようとしたん？
Yeah.
大丈夫？もう勝手に飛び出したらあかんやろ？
Yeah, yeah. Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh.
人世界の人たちは怖いけど、
Mhm.
ただ悪いもんばかりではない。
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, just because something's off with Hikaru doesn't mean that he's bad. He could be.
なんでバレた？
Mm-hmm. I was freaking out.
Whoa.
おい
Yeah, that would be that would be a bit scary. I would pass out too.
バレそうになったからつい
Didn't mean to.
Didn't mean to what? Yeah.
Yeah.
朝子はさすがに
What?
What's that?
悲しいよな殺そうとこんな生きとるのでそんなに違う生きとる方が大切な
Well, let's talk philosophy then. Yeah.
俺からしたらさほど変わらん死ぬのは
Right.
そんな怖い
Yeah,
ことちゃう
I'm not alive.
俺のことは殺したないって嘘かお前は特別やから
Yeah, I've got a lot of feelings about you.
アイス食えんくなるやん女朝子も同じやろお前矛盾しとんぞ、命が何かもわからんくせに何が特別や
God, so many things just coming
Yeah.
up to the surface.
I'm so glad we're talking about this. Like,
近所のばあさん
Did you kill her?
津浦さん殺したんも
be honest. Come on, Hikaru.
Oh boy.
Yep.
おゲロ
The lack of a response is a response.
寝てたなんかゲロ臭幽霊に取りつかれとるから
Yeah. We're not moving past that.
Right.
Nice.
ヒカルが帰ってきた
Yeah, let's talk. Yeah. Right.
声がおかしかったんよでもそのヤバいやつヨシキを
Right. She noticed that in the forest. Cool.
Yep. Cool.
が安全かもみたいな時もあってん
Whoa.
Okay.
もしかしたら話通じるかもって話しかけてみて
Oh.
Interesting.
信じるよ
ありがと
Oh, she's like,
先戻って
Cool.
oh,
That's
we're not actually fully talking about
Yeah.
it though.
Yeah, saying I believe you is a nice way to
Placate, but not
but not.
progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ヨシキ
Oh, this is so hard.
Yep.
昨日急に帰ったけどよっぽどの払いたやつやな
Yeah, he puked. Yeah, yeah. That's the
ヨシキにお大事にって、
right. Uh-huh. Oh, no, buddy.
命って何やろこの世から消えるわけはないし形が変わるだけで
Whoa, cool. Like little fireworks. The fireworks aren't done. Yeah.
And with that, we have confirmation that we could actually see Hikaru again.
Well, in a lot of ways, he's saying like, no, like I see Hikaru all the time. Like,
Sure.
ヨシキの魂綺麗なんよな
Whoa.
ヨシキには死んでほしいのに
Oh.
でもなんでやろ
Why? Yeah, why do you feel that?
Is that just leftover memories, or yeah? Which is which, and what are you gonna decide to
Well, right, because what am
hold
I?
on to?
ぐちゃぐちゃでまとまらん
Okay.
Fun. Oh. What do we got? So there's Tanaka. Yo. I know. This is just the episode of
People finding
people
out.
finding out. Oh. Hey.
ヒカル学校行くで
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. Fun. We got ourselves a philosophical episode.
Yes, I knew that an episode like this had to happen at some point. The fact that it happened here definitely took me by surprise a little bit
Because it's so early.
because it's so early.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But we had the instigating factor in that what's her name? Asako was
She
like,
can-
"Hey, I know that something's different about you. What's
And
going on?
I can see spirit stuff and ghosts and things like that. And
We had it confirmed that her grandmother was like, hey, this is just a thing our family can do. So maybe something down like a specific, line of their family has the ability to see spirits. So it kind
maybe
of
starts
falls...
as a, hearing them thing or whatever, or
Right.
cool,
but it falls in line basically with the idea that there are people in this town that maybe because of proximity to stuff or what have you, or even in the same way that Kurebayashi kind of could sense things as well. There are people that just, they sense and see things,
Yep.
And sometimes the sense is sight, sometimes it's,
oh yeah.
what is Asako's more
hearing.
Yeah, specifically, yeah.
And that's a fun way, so that way it's not as cut and dry of like, oh no, I can see that Hikaru is not just a regular person.
Right, and thus it makes it kind of fun that there's a bit of a guessing game for Asako of like, well, you could be good, like theoretically, like there's something clearly different about you.
I don't know what that means though.
Right, so she doesn't think immediately, oh, Hikaru's dead.
Right.
She thinks, oh, clearly something attached itself to you.
Right, because the first time that I was exposed to this, a spirit saved my friend from getting hit by a car. Cool. Awesome. Or was about to, right? And so
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And so that's a fun way to make it be something where you can have someone that knows the secret, have the main characters not divulge all the information, so there's still some secrets going forward, but you give them a reason to not immediately freak out and tell everybody, because they already have been exposed to this stuff a little bit. They're, and they understand that not everyone will get it, right? So it's the
But cool, my friends are supportive of me.
Cool, my friends are supportive of me.
Love it.
And, maybe recontextualize in those squishy, very pliable things of memories of why I got so scared and why did he suddenly, get all up close to me and everything, right? And the idea that, Hikaru was going to kill her. Like, just like that. Like, and that's one of those things where, hey, Yoshiki. I totally get the, let's teach Hikaru how to be a person and to have empathy and feelings and deal with them and all of that stuff. And
he has every opportunity to, but it's the, at what point does the opportunity then become enabling something that might take advantage of your kindness?
Because you can't ignore the fact that the first thing that was said to you is, I don't want to kill you. So that was very much on the table. And yes, there was a mysterious death that happened in this town just recently. And you can't ignore the fact that, yes, that was almost definitely Hikaru. And Hikaru not denying it when you ask is basically a confirmation, right? So now what do you do with that, right?
So we have a... We have a... not a Beauty and the Beast situation, but we have kind of a demon and the
conscience,
like I don't know, and the wholesome good one that might just be a victim, but also is also the strongest influence on the demon. And it's an interesting thing where for Hikaru is a good person. Like we have seen many instances of Hikaru being a little brat. And maybe also had some internalized homophobia when he was alive or what have you. But by the by, him and Yoshiki had a good relationship for the most part. Everything was really cool. Maybe there was some ways in which they wanted things, or Yoshiki wanted things to develop. And it wasn't going that way necessarily very quickly, or it wasn't going that way that much.
But all very mundane, regular stuff.
Right. But that memory is left over inside of what is now Hikaru.
Right. And so on the one hand, you're dealing with something completely and totally different. Because it's a different soul, right? And so the idea that like the souls can stick around and everything, and like that's confirmed. One, I love that as a reason for a character to have no qualms with killing people without making them just
feel like
some monster or whatever,
like
right?
like some kind of amoral.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh,
like too alien to actually empathize with, right?
Right.
But the idea that it's it's just putting them into a different form,
Right, so that kind of-
screaming and begging before you kill them. You know, that's window dressing,
Right,
But
but the thing that it begs the question of is then did this thing merge with Hikaru's soul?
well,
Did Hikaru's soul leave and get expelled? Is Hikaru's soul somewhere else? Is then Hikaru's soul consumed by this thing? Like
Sure.
there's a question of what place or state is Hikaru's soul in?
And in addition to that, the thing that the show has been kind of leaning on, and Yoshiki has been able to have a lot of convenient, problematic things sidestepped as a result of,
Yes.
is that, oh, hey, the soul that inhabits Hikaru is inhabiting Hikaru's shape, right?
Yes.
And
Right.
so it takes on some of the characteristics of Hikaru.
Right.
And so fantastic, a lot of that means, like caring about, certain things and whatnot and all that stuff and memories.
Which just means you guys can kind of
Right.
have your friendship that you wouldn't have had if he was dead.
But what that also means is that then, it does actually matter a lot that you're killing someone because
Well, it always would matter.
well,
yeah.
no, right. But even from within the standpoint of like, it just changes shape.
Oh,
But
sure,
if the
sure.
shape is what would Hikaru's soul even be like if we found it? It would not have any of the identity that Hikaru has, I would posit.
Well, so I think that's different depending on where it is. If it's in Hikaru's body and it's merged with this Nonaki entity,
no,
then
totally.
it would be in a different state than if it was just wandering the
right.
world.
Yeah,
itself.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
totally.
it
But-
is
but
it
the
is
i-
not clear
Right.
what state it is
But
in
the
right
idea,
now.
the identity is more tied to the body and the form rather than to the actual soul itself.
I don't see anywhere in the world building that's describing that.
Because the form of Hikaru is having an effect on the soul that is not Hikaru that is inhabiting it, right?
Why? Like
Okay. Like
isn't that just the memories of Hikaru,
the
thus
memories-
giving evidence as a thing that Hikaru's soul is still in the body?
the memories, the form of the brain, and so the thoughts are going to go some certain way because, neural pathways and, like all sorts
So when
of
you
things,
say the
right?
form, let me just help. We're on the same space with terms here. When you're saying the form, what you're saying is that Hikaru's DNA, like his physical composition,
Right.
is what you're talking about.
Yes.
Because form could mean just the appearance.
No, form is the nebulous term that is being used by an alien creature to describe things
Where?
that humans can't understand.
What part are you talking about? Is something he
that-
said something this
That the soul
episode?
just changes form, right? That they don't go away forever. That the souls just change form.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to that spot here.
It
They
changed
change
shape.
shape. They don't see that. He never
changed
said
shape.
form.
Okay.
So what I want to make sure we're not extrapolating too far from this is that basically what he's saying is that it's like its own kind of spiritual law of
Equivalent exchange.
Well, thermodynamics, not
Not
equivalent exchange. It's what's the one where matter cannot be created or destroyed?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. I keep forgetting which law that is, but basically that
Conservation of energy and mass and matter.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But that combined with the thing that the grandma told Asako of it being a thing where they go back, they die, the spirits go to the world of the dead, and then eventually they come back. They obviously don't come back as the exact same person, right? Because otherwise people would know that there'd be a bunch of duplicate people running around that should have been dead 50 years ago or 500 years ago.
Wait, are you talking about reincarnation?
Correct. So the grandma was basically talking about a form of reincarnation, essentially, right?
Sure.
But because that's a thing that exists, but we don't have people just, coming back as the same person in our usual conception of it, that means that the shape of the soul is very important, right? And that's probably then why Hikaru, the, entity that is inhabiting Hikaru's form right now, is or shape, is currently behaving this way because there are a lot of things that come along with being in that shape, right? Like, all the memories and all the, all that other stuff, right? And so as a result of that, given that that is something that you are learning is important, Hikaru, then yeah, that is maybe a way to quantify and explain that killing people is actually really bad, because you are now taking that thing away forever, right?
Well,
Whether or not
okay.
the soul still exists, okay, cool, that's good to know.
Okay, but so
you know.
yeah, I think I get where you're coming from here. The part that I didn't extrapolate from this is that they didn't explain the mechanics of reincarnation. All
Okay.
they explained was that the souls come back to our world. That doesn't mean they go into living bodies. All that is implying is basically that we can see now those souls, basically. Because you could have a soul that comes back to our world, and it's just a spirit wandering around.
Sure, okay.
Yeah. Now she brings up rebirth, so that's a part to play in it. But
Right,
the actual
and-
mechanics of that,
And theoretically, how would then a spirit go back to the dead? Like, that would just be a there and back again. It wouldn't be an actual, like, perpetual cycle.
right,
you know?
exactly. So I think that there's something to that, but the actual mechanics of it, I feel like she kept it rather vague because she's talking to a grandchild,
which is also a great way to be nondescript and vague in a satisfying way for the narrative, so that we, the audience, don't know.
Right. It's
much.
confirming that reincarnation is a thing,
Right.
but I think the part that is something that we're more of just needing to put a pin in is the idea that, yes, Hikaru could be reincarnated, but there's a possibility that that is being robbed from even as an opportunity, because if Hikaru's soul is still in his body right now,
as part of
merged
that
with
amorphous,
Nonaki,
thing. Yeah.
well, no, because Nonaki is known to do one thing.
Devour. Oh.
Well, no, attract and have other things stick to it.
Okay.
It's less a devouring, but the mechanics with which Nonaki was on the mountain was all the things stay on the mountain because Nonaki's on the mountain.
Right. Giant spiritual salt.
That's not
Yeah.
Nonaki necessarily devouring everything, because
Sure.
everything is still there.
Right.
It's the things won't go anywhere because they want to be as close to Nonaki as possible.
Right.
And the way it's been described is that these things would like stick to Nonaki, like they would actually like not get more consumed, but necessarily get be like a magnetic trash heap of like
groupies.
whatever.
Yeah.
The idea is that Nonaki is then bad by extension according to the town because of all the gross stuff that's stuck onto it.
Right, so we need to keep Nonaki on the mountain.
Right,
Yeah.
but then the question that the show is bringing up is then, is Nonaki a victim then of their nature to attract these gross things that are then the actual problem, but is Nonaki, independent of those things, actually just a regular old spirit, like a just a good, strong, maybe stronger spirit, and that's why they're drawn to it.
And
thus could Nonaki get reborn in a way that would make it clear of all this stuff. But then, of course, the problem is,
and maybe that's what's happening right now, is that this is effectively a rebirth, and and on top of all of this, there's also the, with great power comes great responsibility, right? A child throwing a tantrum is, an annoyance, right? A great and powerful spirit throwing a tantrum is a calamity, right?
Exactly.
Like that's different things, right? And so
it fits very well for a manga anime to then have your teenager with the strange happenings then have the phenomenal cosmic power,
right,
to be able to affect things in the story.
Right, it's a way to draw attention to the importance of growing up and figuring yourself out and all of that good stuff. And so
then we add romance on top of that.
Exactly.
Even better.
It writes itself, right?
Yeah.
And so, fantastic, Yoshiki. You got very lucky in deciding to go out and tell him to get ice cream because you just saved someone's life. And if that had happened, by the way, Hikaru, that conversation would have gone very differently, and that probably would have been a point of no return for Yoshiki, right?
Well, yeah, like the scary thing right now is that there's a metaphorical way that we can interpret all the plot drama surrounding Yoshiki and Hikaru through the idea that when someone has your heart, you have a responsibility to guard and safeguard their and
or give it back.
well, no, totally, but the idea that like there's some element in relationships where you basically give such let's just use trust. There's just so much trust basically that someone in that relationship thus has incredible power over you,
Right.
to then potentially hurt you.
Yep.
So all these things that are happening are an example of the ways in which Yoshiki and Hikaru can be hurt by each other because they don't know how to do this whole relationship thing.
Right.
But then the other part that you have to, go into this with is that you don't exist in a vacuum. There
Right.
are other people as
yeah.
well.
And the idea of Hikaru learning and all that stuff is great, but how many people die before Hikaru learns?
Right.
And so in this
Right.
situation, well, you can't do anything about Matsura-san, right?
That's done. It's
That's
the
done.
past.
Now, the real question now is that since you're bringing this up to Hikaru, right? Is this something where you can trust that the next time you're not around, because you shouldn't have to constantly be, on bodyguard duty for everyone else in the world that comes into proximity with Hikaru?
Right. That would be very unhealthy.
That would be very unhealthy.
Which actually, if you talk about a lot of relationships, that is genuinely something a lot of people actually make excuses for their partner for.
Sure.
Because it's as long as I give him his beer or what have you, as long as
exactly.
do these things for him, he's wonderful. He's great. You need to see him when he's at his best.
Yeah, exactly. And so this is a wonderful way to go from the hey, this is a legitimate relationship. It's not just like a horror monster story, right?
Right.
While also, oh my God, we are in a horror monster story.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's there. It's in the background. It's in the. Sorry, bless me. It's something that can come into the foreground at any point.
Right. And we knew it had to happen at some point.
Right.
And so now it is.
But now the question is the philosophical discussion. Can Yoshiki?
Yeah. Or,
Well,
you might
go
actually
for
be
it.
okay.
Go
So
for it.
so the thing that I was bringing up for during the opening and all that stuff is the idea that and it wasn't so much the computer analogy breaks down a bit because the software of a computer is not based upon the actual hardware. Right.
It's all melded together.
But in the case of a human, right? The things that we think and all of that stuff, right, is going to be dictated by our brain and a whole bunch of other stuff, right?
bunch of stuff, yeah.
And so if you take on the brain, right, that means also taking on some of the elements of how the person thinks and all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so that's one of the reasons why this situation is even going semi-well,
Yeah.
is because then it's not just, oh, hey, you got the memories, but you also got some of the processes, right?
Yeah.
It's the, oh, I like Yoshiki, I feel good when Yoshiki and I are, when our relationship is strong and everything, right?
Right.
And so as a result of that, oh, hey, awesome, Yoshiki is able to, guide/educate him a little bit and be like, hey, yeah, we don't kill people. That's really bad, right? Don't just use the fact that you would be upset if I died as the, crutch to basically say, okay, I won't kill you, but like I'm fine killing anyone else. No. Think on that a bit deeper. Everyone might be able to, have someone that they would care if they died, and
Right, like the logic of it is something that I understand that the point the story is trying to make is that Hikaru is a child, basically.
Yep.
In a lot of ways, the scary thing about this Nonaki is that it never got the opportunity to grow up. And obviously, that's not it, really. It's more that it's getting the opportunity to have relationships with souls, basically, that don't just cling to it because it's Nonaki, basically. There's a lovely dance and separation and almost the tantalizing feelings of romance fits so well in that, because it's the, oh, I'm close to you. Oh, now I'm super close to you. Oh,
Sure.
But we're not ever in that, like, just smashed, together and stuff.
Okay.
In a fun way, that's kind of what the whole Yoshiki Hikaru thing is. It's like, do you want to be inside me? Do you want to feel what that's like? Because this is what I do. Like, I have other things that over the course of time have, like, come, like, super close, and it's like, oh, you want to feel that? And it's like, oh, but this is, we got all the metaphor and everything. It's very on the nose in that regard. But then there's all these other people that you don't necessarily have the same feelings regarding. You don't have the same excitement or tantalizing, what have you. And so learning how to treat people well, not just out of some utilitarian, well, they could be offering something good to me. We could have ice cream. I feel like that is that's a scary place for Yoshiki to have to go down with anybody.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where we're worried for Yoshiki. But in a really kind of strange way. Like, this is one of the first things that you watch little shit babies basically, like, learn is that, baby one just stole my toy.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this wood block and beam them over the head. And it's like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Like just because they took your thing and you don't like them in this moment.
You don't get to do that.
You don't get to have that kind of power over somebody.
Right.
And it's my existence would dictate that anything that doesn't please me, I rail and have a tantrum.
Doth protest too much.
Right.
I think, therefore I am. I want, therefore I hit.
Right. And your analogy of the difference between a baby tantrum and something that has all this power is where the story is basically saying, hey, we're gonna hold these two things in tandem here.
Because one of the most effective ways of bringing understanding and empathy, even if it is a bit coerced isn't the right word, but
enforced.
Enforced, yeah, there we go. Is it would really suck if they hit you over the head with a block. That would really hurt, right?
The agreement of society.
Yeah, exactly, right? And so we don't do those things, right? We keep negotiations, at a very peaceful
use
level.
the charisma stat.
Exactly, right?
We mingle, we talk, we discuss who's going to go get fireworks and who's going to go get ice cream,
Right.
Trade offer. I give you my kid block and you give me a friendship. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Problem is, no one can hit Hikaru over the head with a wood block, right?
And so there's a real possibility Tanaka has a sword.
Okay,
and
that's true.
I'm very scared of
I'm
Hikaru meeting sword wielding
all right,
Tanaka.
Fair enough. Tanaka could hit Hikaru over the head with a wood block. And then Hikaru turns around and eviscerates him, and now there's no one who can hit Hikaru with a wood block anymore.
Sure.
I
think the point right now is that the story, Tanaka is capable of potentially infinite stuff in terms of whatever he is.
We don't know what
he's the only expert that's like armed in terms of handling this. We have a lot of people that can detect Hikaru. And thus they could make things more difficult.
Right. And that's why Yoshiki's presence is so important.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's not about whether Hikaru can physically be hit with a block on the head, right? But it's he has a really good friend right now,
right?
And he could lose that friend. And that's much worse than a block hitting him on the head.
Oh, God, no. That's the part that makes this story actually really compelling, is that Hikaru, Noniki, or what have you, would genuinely be heartbroken if something happened to his relationship with Yoshiki.
And
Yoshiki would be heartbroken if anything happened to his relationship with this Hikaru, even though he knows this is not Hikaru, which is such a fun thing to have the philosophical talk of at the beginning of the swamp man thought experiment of if you had a person get swapped out in this way, despite you knowing that the other person had a death experience, what are the things that you would have to have be exactly the same in order for you to say that they're the same person?
Right, and that's where it goes into the whole question of the internals, right? And
right,
rather
but then
than just the appearance.
But that's the part that's so fun, is that for us as human beings, we don't know anything about the internals when we perceive the environment or what have you. We can guess, but we can't actually know.
Sure. There is much more of a layer of indirection, and hopefully this isn't going into whataboutisms or things like that. But there's the whole idea that we don't actually directly observe anything, right? Or we don't have a way of directly knowing things, right? Everything's all based on our observations. Some observations are a lot more concrete than others.
Oh, totally.
Right.
And I smell something that is,
yeah,
smells like peaches.
I smell something that smells like a peach rather than seeing a peach, right? Or tasting a peach or whatever, right?
Right.
In a similar
as long
way.
as we're willing to ask questions, I think our observations are always helpful.
Right. And that's going back to the idea of, art and the human experience and the human conflict
and all that
with each
stuff,
other.
yeah.
It's because of that kind of stuff, right? It's to explore the things that we do have trouble getting at, right? And so that's why a story like this is so powerful and so wonderful, right? And also, it's the whole thing of, we can tell that it's not cut and dry. It's not that the internals of Hikaru are completely gone, or that it's just Hikaru. It's a bit of both.
Of both.
And that's the problem. And that's why you guys need to have a really long conversation out in the woods in private somewhere where no one will hear you, because there are a lot of things you need to cover. Because, no, you can't just kill people, new Hikaru. That is, in fact, very bad. And I know that you care about this relationship, and guess what? The thing that you were about to do in the hopes of protecting this relationship actually would have been the biggest nail in the coffin.
Yep.
That is what's called
it's almost like
deal breaker.
Well, it's almost like, in a lot of ways, when you have a relationship with somebody, it would be really dumb to then only have a relationship with that person.
Sure.
But this is something that I feel like a lot of people, when they're immature in relationships, like I'm specifically talking romantic relationships, do. When you see somebody, especially when they're younger, they get their new, partner, what have you, and then their whole world for a little bit of time is just that person.
Right.
That person is experiencing the new relationship syndrome, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's great.
It's great. It's
happy
wonderful.
Chemicals in brain
it's
go
amazing.
sparky, sparky,
and then,
boom.
you know what happens? They stop that.
Yeah.
And they actually start building relationships with other people again because they realize, oh, wait, this is really imbalanced.
Yeah, and the thing is, that might be something that is helpful at the beginning in order to make sure that the relationship gets really strong and stuff, but,
I'll tell you, the people that do that, though, and they've been in, a dozen, 20 relationships, it lasts shorter and shorter and shorter.
Oh, absolutely.
There is a mathematical formula. The more as the relationship amount goes higher, the length of time for that period in the relationship goes down. It never approaches zero, but it definitely goes down.
Right. And so in this situation here,
as they both never been in relationships,
sure, to say nothing of just the, even right, because the romance, it's something that makes everything more complicated and more spicy and fun and all of that stuff, right? You don't need it, not from the standpoint of the story or anything like that, right? It's fantastic and it helps.
Because it's all subtextual. It's
but
or not all of it, but a lot of it is.
But the dynamics that are at play, the rules still apply whether or not you complicate it with romance, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Whether you're talking about a good friendship or a romantic partner
absolutely.
or a whatever, right? That human connection, the rules, all the same rules still apply, right? It's just a question of, what happens in private, basically, right? And how, how guaranteed for the long haul, no matter what, if, ands, or buts, or whatever, are you in for, right?
Yeah, because nothing is certain in that regard, and we enjoy in a lot of ways the spice of not the uncertainty, but let's go on the process of that whole experience.
Right, because that in and of itself fundamentally is wonderful and incredible, and so fantastic. You're able to have this with a person at all. The fact that,
Experience plus time?
Yeah, right.
Whoa.
The fact that, Hikaru has killed someone already and almost killed someone again, that is something that you need to seriously figure out.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things that I wish we got a little bit more concrete stuff on, because I've rewatched the first episode, and it does seem like Hikaru killed this person, but it's not 100%. That's the part where the show really was very intentional with what they showed and didn't show. And there's a part in the actual bit where the
Matsura?
Matsura, is freaking out. And it's the Matsura-san, rumbling at the
I'm already
door.
inside, yeah.
Right. But then I think Matsura specifically calls out Nonaki, basically says their name.
Yeah.
And it's I'm already in the house. That's the part that gives the most damning evidence for being Nonaki that's killing Matsura. But the display of rattling the door and all that stuff doesn't seem like a Nonaki thing.
The only reason that I would say it potentially might be is because she is aware of the existence of Nonaki and things like that. There could have been Tanaka light things on the house to basically protect it or something like that, right? And so it's the door's barred, I'm not giving you permission to enter, stay the fuck out, right? And then it's I got in, right? I got in anyways, right?
Right. So that's where it's something that I kind of like that the story didn't give hard confirmation, but I also kind of wishing that it did.
I feel like I think there is an example where it isn't Hikaru, even though I believe they did effectively give hard confirmation. It would be very weird if it goes completely unaddressed and then Hikaru's like, oh no, I didn't do that. That was actually another spirit, way later. That'd be very odd, and I hope it doesn't do that. That'd feel very cheap writing wise. But
well,
I
it
think
was again, it's omniscient stuff. It's stuff from our perspective, and they didn't give us a clear showing of it. It was a horror scene to build the scare of it, right?
What I think there is a decent possibility of it being is that whenever we see Hikaru do stuff of the Nonaki variety, right? It is very binary, a switch is flipped.
Yes.
And that is something that builds to the horror elements of you don't know what someone is hiding beneath the surface and everything, and especially with our initial perspectives on everything, that's what it seems to be.
Yeah.
And so it's just they are a very good deceiver and manipulator and all that. Now that we're starting to peel back the onion a bit more, it seems like the Hikaru stuff is genuine on some level, but it doesn't have full control. And so there's the possibility that we might end up needing to treat them as multiple entities inhabiting the same body.
So that part...
And in that case, it could be Nonaki without being Hikaru. Even though it's not old Hikaru, it's new Hikaru.
Okay, but that part I have two problems with. One, I don't think that it's two entities. I think that it's more that it's two entities fused, and that's where, again, it's the where and what place and what state is Hikaru's soul right now.
Sure.
And that's the thing that I'm more, I feel like will give us the answer to this whole question here, is that what part of Hikaru is different? Right now, this thing is able to perfectly mimic Hikaru's form or shape.
Okay.
Therefore, there is nothing fundamentally different about Hikaru from a physical makeup standpoint. But you can be in the same physical makeup of a person, but have different experiences, different choices, different desires, or what have you. That's the
identical twin. They're
exactly
biologically the same.
Yeah,
and
but one of them really doesn't like
people.
baseball, and the other one really does like baseball.
Yeah.
Why is that? We'd have to get into some weird holistic kind of things there.
It's probably personal experience type stuff.
But we can't know that for sure.
Okay, but the thing that I want to bring up that I think is a relevant factor here is the fact that while Hikaru has a lot of the memories, there has been
all the memories.
All the memories. There has been very much a reference and attention drawn to the fact that just having the memories isn't quite the same.
Well, yeah, because it's the I have the memories, but not the experience of them.
Well, I would argue that
That's what he said. Like,
no, yes,
Yeah.
but as far as what that effectively means, I would argue that that's effectively not really having the memories. It's the thing where you have them in a thing that you can access and look at, right? But like I'm sure Hikaru was told at some point and taught, empathy and all that stuff and basic part of like, raising a child or whatever, but that's not something that like current Hikaru is effectively needing to be taught that all over again, even though he theoretically should be able to understand that at least on the conceptual level, even if he doesn't understand it from a personal level.
No,
right?
so it's a very clear just prioritization thing. You have memories that are not as important to you than if someone else was looking at them. Someone else could look at your entire suite of memories and go, "This is your most important memory, right?" And you'd be like, "No, that's not even like in my top 5.
Sure.
This is my most important memory."
Uh-huh.
You have memories that define you more than others.
Right.
So I think what is being talked about here is that he has all the memories, he has all the access, like you're saying, but there is another pair of eyes basically dictating which of the memories are most important. And the ones that are still in line with what Hikaru, actual Hikaru, did agree on as being the most important memories is everything with regards to Yoshiki. Because everything with Yoshiki is so intrinsically wrapped up in the feeling side of it that it overrides basically anything where Nonaki would be like, "No, it's my perspective that's most important here." And then Hikaru's perspective comes in and goes, "Nope, we really like Yoshiki," and it's like, but I am the no.
Sure.
And so there's a tug of war happening. So what I interpret that as is that if Hikaru or Nonaki confirms that souls don't get destroyed, basically they just change shape or what have you, that Hikaru's soul might have melded with Nonaki, and now it's changed Nonaki's shape.
Sure.
And also changed Hikaru's shape. So they are a new thing and also two things. And that's where the show gets the most spice out of it, is that Nonaki doesn't just... Well, it kind of does. And that's where I'd love to know, is it something that Hikaru has no memory of when Nonaki does... No, he does know. He does know when Nonaki does the stuff.
And that's where... So, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a weird perspective or question for things. If we do not have ways of actually observing the soul, right?
Yeah, right.
Even the concept of a soul existing is based on, it's a thing that collectively...
It's not real. It's a thing that people use to describe other things that are real. A collection of those things.
Right. It's a collective concept that humans have come up with to explain things that we don't understand, right? The idea of Hikaru being alive in the body sense because of Nonaki's influence,
yes,
and then that bringing with it a lot of behaviors makes a lot of sense to me, because it's the brain is working again.
Yeah.
And so no, there is no fantastical, he's alive but he's a zombie. In my brain, that always just translates to the brain ain't working but everything else is, right? And so we're just puppeting the body, right? Something like that.
That's not what this is.
That's not what this is.
No.
So, what is the soul exactly? I would argue it theoretically doesn't even have to be anything, right? Or at the very least, nothing from the standpoint of what humans would think of when they say the soul,
right?
Because everything about Hikaru's actual body is working.
Yeah.
The issue is that, and Asako brought it up in this way, of it being a possession. So there are points where Nonaki basically assumes direct control. The eyes go red. Nonaki's piloting now. Nonaki's doing something, right? And that is where I feel like you can get into the whole idea of them being two separate people. But the fact that the default is still Hikaru being alive, right? With some muckery because Nonaki's also in the brain, so some parts are a little bit obscured. It's hard to get to those the experiences of the memories rather than just the memories themselves and that sort of thing, right? I don't know where this is going exactly, but
what's going? Your point or the show?
My point, because I feel like the stuff that the show is bringing up is in
they
that
should.
important nascent stage of exploring these concepts, right? And we're effectively trying to, take those down to like, more extremes. The furthest conclusions, right?
Yeah, so I think the simplest part of it is that right now the show has said, hey, Hikaru's here to stay. Nonaki is here to stay. He's not going anywhere. He's not actually trying to progress things in any way. He likes this state the way things are. He then is revealing to us some of the character of Nonaki based on the way that he responds to this status being threatened.
Right.
Now, to give the best favorable light to Nonaki here, I think that Nonaki is a victim of the people of this town using him as a plug for the mountain, which is their problems, their bullshit, their spirit nonsense stuff that they've been fucking with for hundreds of years. Or because of, long ago incident,
theoretically, they could
problems passed down generationally, and then the children have to deal with the sins of the parents and all that stuff.
To bring up like a random specific conceptual idea of what it could be. It could just be someone who was ritually sacrificed hundreds of years ago and their spirit wandered but was also imprisoned. And so then because all the people are like, but that's the thing that takes care of all the bad stuff that we don't want because that's the value that we imputed onto it, then, oh, hey, the spirits end up collecting there and now it's just this self-perpetuating glacier of souls or whatever, and that's just what it is now, you know?
There's so many variants on this type of story that it's almost not worth exploring what the actual thing is, but the part that's exciting is that Hikaru is a window into that world.
Yes.
So when he reacts violently to being potentially discovered here, to me, that is an example of the type of pain, trauma, abuse, or what have you that Hikaru as Nonaki has experienced.
Sure.
And it's the, oh, cool, there's a thing over there that looks like it's going to be a threat to the town. I will eat it. Oh, there's a thing over there that's starting to wander away from the mountain or what have you. Nope, you get back over here.
Sure.
So, Asako is basically the, hey, I see you. I can tell what's going on. And he's like, fuck. Oh, time for you to die.
And so now whatever ancient sins we have or whatever, it's just the situation of,
yeah, it's your guys' problem.
Being a person is tough. And also, yes, it's your guys' problem now. And so, maybe the association that Nonaki has with the town discovering Nonaki is overwhelmingly negative.
Right.
And so it's the, someone found out about me? Fuck that. I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna eat you or whatever. And it's like, no, you don't understand. We're teenagers. We hate whatever the adults are about. Like, we are your fiercest allies here by default.
Right, and because this is happening so early in the story, I like this because it gets us closer to the part which I always love that these stories inevitably go, and we go full Goonies, and we squad up, and we take the fight to the actual evil lair or to the adults, and either way,
you said evil lair already.
I know.
But
so far there's no
don't
clear lair of the adults at the moment.
Oh no, totally. But
it kind of in some ways is the mountain. Like,
I don't know, the city, like
the city dump,
city hall or whatever, like
this isn't Persona, Jacob. It's not the representation of
whatever
society
whatever closest resembles an HOA headquarters, like
I love how much this whole plot works by just you invoking HOA. Like, this whole fucking thing
is just a shitty HOA that's too big.
It's a really shitty HOA that's formed a cult of the 5 or 6 towns, and maybe there's not all of them involved in it directly.
Sure.
Maybe there was
they got excommunicated.
Some factions in the HOA or what have you. It's basically that. It's what would this be? The GOA, the Ghost Owners Association.
Right.
You know, like,
yeah. It's, you know. Yeah.
And thus, yeah, I'm kind of with the guy from the previous episode. Maybe it should all just burn down, you know?
Get your Molotov cocktails, kids.
Oh, man.
Okay.
But yeah, let's find a way to tackle this together. So for now, Hikaru, you have some things that you need to be a little bit more open and vulnerable about. Maybe that's scary, but I like the way in which Yoshiki, coming back to Hikaru's place, says, hey, yesterday was a bad day. So today, let's start fresh and go from here.
You're gonna play nice and make a friend.
Yep.
But I have you. I have a friend. I have you.
No.
Nope. And you are in fact going to order at the fast food place. You are not going to have me order for you. No whispering into my ear. No.
Yeah.
Go. You can do it.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Yep. And no killing. The amount of timeout you will get if you kill someone will be legendary.
Oh, you thought
there's-
being on that mountain was rough.
Yeah. Like. So
Oh,
above
my
all
gosh.
else, play nice. Don't kill people.
Right. So, yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. If you have any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
Next time.